Okay, let's get started. On the left-hand side, we've got man like Steve Fox. Gonna try and demonstrate some of the similarities between him and Ed. On the right-hand side, you can see Ibuki rocking, I guess, the Aki cosplay. So first of all, let's talk about Psycho Spark. Steve's projectile is called Hellfire. It's pretty similar in terms of application, it seems. In terms of like block strings, if it's blocked, you normally go for Hellfire. Get a bit of pushback. He doesn't have a full screen projectile as far as it goes. Even the EX version only goes about half screen. So he doesn't have where Ed makes the orb in front of him. But he can use it to cancel out some other fireballs. So yeah, that's pretty similar. All right, next attack is Psycho Uppercut. There is something quite similar, which is duck into fox hunt. Now the spacing has to be very meticulous. Duck does have upper involved. That's why that can work sometimes. Yeah, that's kind of his version of Psycho Uppercut, but it has no involved technically, just upper body invincibility in terms of the duck itself. The strikes don't have any. Okay, next up in Ed's arsenal is Psycho Blitz. Now, similar to the last move, there's not anything comparable, I would say, in Steve's kit to this move. It's visually nothing like it, but that's normally how you end your combos. Now, the other move is pretty interesting in terms of Cross Tekken, or probably most Street Fighter games. You have machine gun punches. Visually, it's kind of like the Psycho Blitz in a sense. I mean, you might have to squint your eyes a little bit, but that's the similar move. Now let's get into the flicker stuff. So with Ed, it's called Psycho Flicker. With Steve, it's just flicker stance. He has no psycho power, right? He's got Hellfire, but no psycho power. Now, these moves are identical aesthetically. Visually, they're identical. It is pretty much the same move, face value, right? Flicker stance, then he's got the attack out the flicker. But that's pretty much where the similarities end. After that, they're very, very, very different moves. With Ed, you have the addition to dragging your opponent towards you with like the Psycho Tether. Steve doesn't have that. His EX version, he just does all three flicks. Next is Kill Rush, Ed's version of, we'll call it the duck and sway because that's what it's called for Steve. Now, again, visually, maybe there's some few similarities I'd say with this move, but application wise they're quite different. So Steve has lots of different types of sways and ducks, right, which is more comparable to Kill Rush. He doesn't have the option to go backwards, which is interesting. So unlike Ed, he doesn't have that. He has to go forward with all of his options, but the way they work are pretty much the same. Because they're bound to buttons, the spin, it basically acts like a combo, like a target combo or an auto combo, but he can also cancel into his special one, which is the duck, which is that, and that can lead into some combos. He's got a few options from duck, not too many. He has the machine gun we saw earlier, that is pressing heavy punch after the duck. He has fox hunt, which we just showed a bit earlier, and skyscraper is the one that tends to give him like the most damage. So yeah, both characters have ducks, but like I said, having the ability to go backwards seems really cool. Wish I could have done that back in the day, but yeah, Steve is all about going forward. And that's pretty much it. Without going down the Cross Tekken rabbit hole, looking over all of the normals, all of the target combos that Steve has and comparing them to what Ed has in terms of normals and specials, that's pretty much it. Because the supers, they are not comparable whatsoever. Totally different visually. Even the system mechanics are totally different. But I'll show you the actual animation.
It's done before you know it. You're getting careless. I'll see you in hell.
Got that, and then obviously we have to have the Balrog cameo as well. Wouldn't be an Ed trailer without it, right? Yeah, and that's pretty much it for the Ed and Steve Fox comparison. The Cross Tekken Steve Fox. Hopefully this was useful. Shout out to Reversal for letting me jabber on about one of my favorite games. Until next time, take it easy, guys. Laters.